You are welcome back to my show. This is Tuntum Network. My name is Cyrus. Happy New Year to all my subscribers and viewers across the world, in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in the UK, in the USA, in Russia, in the Netherlands, Germany, Italy, all over the place. Those that are subscribed to my channel, I can't thank you enough. Happy New Year to you, and very sorry for what happened yesterday. I was supposed to bring you the live coverage of the convention program, which was scheduled between 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Ghana time, 7th of January yesterday, but it couldn't happen because the program was canceled. This was a program that was organized by the New Africa Foundation, which is owned by Nana Kwame Bediako of Ghana, who is also known as Freedom Jacob Caesar, and also known as Cheddar. All right, this is the man, and he's super rich and flamboyant. Everybody knows him in this country, and I guess all over the place in Africa and in the world. He's friends with myriads of global superstars, which he invites to Ghana from time to time. So the program was scheduled for yesterday, but unfortunately the program was canceled, and I'm here to talk about it in this episode. Let's go. So first of all, there are a couple of things I would want to say right off the bat. Few things which I thought that he got it right, and other things which I thought he got it wrong. And I like the fact that he chose the Independence Square, which is one of the things I thought he got it right. This is the Independence Square, okay? It is the right spot to communicate any form of, a change message or a political statement. He organized it well because I could see buses from all across the country, people from all manner of places who came through expecting to see their favorite Pan-Africanist speak on issues on the continent and in Africa, and I thought the organization was right. The timing, to me, I also thought was right. Sunday afternoon is usually a chilled moment for families, and people will go to church and then come back, and it's just convenient to go there and watch it after church service. And the following day, which is today, Monday, is a public holiday. So it's a constitution holiday. So people will then go to the program yesterday and will still have today to relax before they continue with their daily or weekly work schedules for this week. So I thought the organization was right. I thought the venue was right. And I thought the timing was also right. And the registrations were done online with receipts given electronically. It was a free entry thing, and I thought it was excellent. So from the morning of yesterday, I was communicating to this particular guy whose number is on their flyer, and everything sounded normal and orderly. I wanted to confirm if I could do a live coverage with them, which the guy came back to me just around 3 p.m., and I was so okay with it. So to me, everything was set, and to see Julius Malema speak in real time for the first time in my own country in Ghana was something special I couldn't miss. All right. And PLO Lumumba was scheduled to speak in the program. And after watching him severally on the internet, this wasn't going to be an event I would miss. All right. Having the chance to see the man give us a piece of his knowledge in real time, in person, was something I really wanted to experience. Peter Obi from Nigeria was also scheduled to speak, which interests me a lot. And Dr. Arikana was also expected to speak. So the expectation was so high for me. I had questions that I had prepared from previous videos I've watched of these distinguished Pan-Africanists. I had so many questions I wanted to ask, and only to arrive at the scene and find the military, surprisingly finding the military and the police all over at the gates. I became furious. It's either they are there to, provide security for the whole program, or they were there against the program. So as I approached the gate, I could get a sense of the program being canceled because the military, the police wouldn't allow anybody to enter into the yard. And I was like, damn, this is going to happen, like for real in 2024. The event is canceled, ladies and gentlemen. I was told by one of the organizers, the guy wearing a T-shirt of the program. And what he said was a lot of buses and cars had come through with students across the country, all manner of people, and the police has turned them back, saying that the program wouldn't be continued. I asked an officer who was trying to speak with me, and this is what he said. The event won't continue, so please, inform your colleagues to leave this place so that we can also go home and rest, the officer said. But after 2 hours of standing by and realizing that the program was indeed cancelled, I had to leave. I realized it's a done deal. I mean, whoever pulled the plug had made sure that the program wouldn't continue anyway, anyhow. But I had questions on my mind. Questions like, who canceled the program? Why did the person cancel the program? I mean, I have other questions that I wanted to ask. And the third question, which is one of the aspects of the event organization, which I thought didn't go well, was the fact that the people who organized the program realized that the program was canceled, and they didn't bother to send messages to anybody until after 7:30 p.m. when I received a text message which read, hello, the convention attendee. Today's event has been canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. We shall communicate a new date. Updates will be coming through. End of quotes. I mean, that was it. There was no apology on it, and there was no name attached to it. But in going back to answering these two questions that I had on my mind and other questions that I also had, my first question would be, who canceled it? And I don't want to speculate because the text message also didn't provide any information on who canceled it. And New Africa Foundation didn't tell us anything likewise. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be very careful in my delivery today. But I still want to know who canceled it. Why would anybody cancel such an event when we had people like Julius Malema speak in Ghana? I mean, for me, for the first time, why would anybody want to cancel it? What is he going to say that is going to disturb whether the peace of this country or the stability of this country, so much so that that person wouldn't want him to say it? But one thing I also knew about this event was this, that when you invite people like Julius Malema, when you invite people like Dr. Arikana and Patrice Lumumba to your program, these are people who wouldn't be intimidated. These are people who will come through and say their mind exactly how they want to say it, and nothing will stop them. I mean, if you look at the trajectory of the politics of Julius Malema in South Africa, this is a guy who can keep the parliament of South Africa in a standstill for hours. I mean, this guy shut down the whole country in South Africa for a whole day. So when he says he's going to speak his mind, you can be rest assured he wouldn't be in any form of intimidation, not in South Africa and certainly not in Ghana. And Patrice Lumumba, I follow this man. I love his politics. I love his stance on many issues. And I had a lot of questions to ask him and the other panelists, but he wouldn't compromise on anything that he had to say. And I guess that is one reason why whoever pulled the plug had to pull the plug. And certainly, whoever pulled the plug cannot be any ordinary person. Remember, this is the heart of Accra, okay? It was happening at the Independence Square. The location is the center of Accra, where our freedom, our justice, the Blaster Square is situated. I mean, whatever they say there goes a long way. It has mileage. And so the venue itself was one reason why I suspected that whoever pulled the plug pulled it. And it had to be politically motivated. Because these individuals who were coming were straight off men. Because that would be in the heart of Accra, giving the opportunity to Patrice Lumumba, to Dr. Arikana, to Peter Obi, and to Julius Malema to speak their minds freely without intimidation. I mean, it goes a long way. And whoever pulled the plug had to be politically motivated, because no ordinary person could have done this and could have done it at the last hour when the program was just about to begin. I mean, I have pictures here to show you guys, and I'll be showing it as I speak to you. But the truth of the matter is, whoever pulled the plug was so fearful, thought that this is going to tarnish his reputation, his image, or whatever he's got going on for him. And so he had to do whatever he had to do in order to bring this program to that end, without giving these people the opportunity to say whatever they would say. But I don't think this can stop whatever movement is about to start, because the online is still available, and these people can still organize it, and people will still hear it, and the information will still disseminate among the population in Ghana. But one sad thing that I recognized yesterday was there was not a single media house that was represented. There was no TV3, no GTV, no media house that was available to ask questions. Nobody was there. It appeared all these media houses had prior information and so they didn't bother to appear. They didn't bother to show. What a sad event. I mean, this is Ghana. We proud ourselves as being the apex of democracy in Africa. We proud ourselves as having one of the best democracy in Africa. And yet, things like these can happen every now and then because somebody is threatened. Somebody's position is at stake. Somebody's role is at stake. Somebody is not happy seeing people like these speak in Ghana to the youth. And there were a lot of youth there. So that is my first question. Who canceled it? And we'll keep on asking. The second question is, why did this person cancel? I think I answered this question in the first one. The person canceled it because of the fear of the free minds that were about to speak. That fear, it intimidates you if you got something wrong going on. I mean, if you are living a free life, if you are doing the right thing, you are not mostly fearful of what people would say. But when you got something going on which you don't want people to talk about, that is when you are fearful when people want to talk. And there is this information of a day before yesterday when Patrice Lumumba gave an interview to one of these media companies in Ghana and mentioned one of the minerals that have been sold to one of these countries out there. And I think that is one of the reasons why they pulled the plug, because in that interview, he gave a piece of his mind of what he potentially will be talking about yesterday. So for them seeing what he had planned or had in mind, there was no way they were going to allow him to go ahead and say whatever he wanted to say yesterday. And so they canceled it. But I have a little piece of advice for the organizer. I mean, the owner of the New Africa Foundation, Cheddar, who is also called Freedom Jacob Caesar, who is also called Nana Kwame Bediakon. I have a piece of advice for him if he would hear. I know you are very rich and you are very powerful in this country and you have a lot of youth support behind you. And this thing you want to fight, this New Africa thing, because I see a lot of signboards, big billboards in the streets with a masked face, all right? And a lot of people are supposing that it is you, and which I also believe. I mean, if this is the agenda, there's a lot of ways you can go about it. And for some of us who are into this, I don't know, but you may want to listen to some of our pieces of advice. The first advice I'll give you, Mr. Cheddar or Nana Kwame Bediakon or Freedom Jacob Caesar, is you might want to take Julius Malema's route. This will be your best chance of initiating that change that you want to happen in this country. You have to get yourself into parliament. If you are not in parliament, it's going to be very difficult for you to make any serious moves in this country. First, you have to target a constituency that you are sure you can win. And then make sure you win and get yourself into parliament. And then you start making the noise. You start effecting that change from within parliament. If you are not within their system, if you are speaking from outside within, if you are outside throwing stones into the house, it will be very, very difficult for you to break the glass ceiling. And that is my first piece of advice for you. And I have other pieces of advice that I would like to share with you if you are interested. But if you really believe in this change you want to effect in your own lifetime in Ghana, then I think it's about time you took off the mask, if you are indeed the one behind the mask. It's about time you took it off and then you face the bull head on. Because if you really want to effect the change, you cannot hide behind a proxy. You have to get yourself into parliament. You have to go head-on collision. You have to be strategic, and you have to bring the youth with you. And fortunately for you, you have the money, you have the youth on your side, and you are also youthful in your own age. So you have a lot of good things happening. But in order for the youth to trust in you and to believe in your vision, you have to take off the mask for them to know that they don't also have to hide. Because when people are showing their faces in pushing an agenda which you are leading, whilst you are hiding, then I don't think it serves a good precedent for them to follow you. You have to remove the mask so that people will have the confidence to follow suit. So I want to apologize to all my subscribers and viewers for not being able to bring the live feed to you yesterday because it's canceled. And so, like they said, They are going to reschedule it and give us the date, and we'll be sure to go for the rescheduled date because we want to see Julius Malema speak. We want to see Patrick Lumumba speak. We want to see Dr. Arikana speak. And we want to see Peter Obi speak in Ghana. The youth are eager to hear what they have to say to us, and we have a lot of questions we want to ask. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'll bring you other information as and when I receive them. But until then, please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment if you have to. Thank you so much. God bless you. Happy New Year, and it's bye-bye for now.